Hi, welcome to another Plasticity CAD tutorial. Today we'll be covering another Tool Tall Toby model, a simpler model. We'll be doing the 240317 base support stand, which is a tier 3 model. This would be a good model for beginners to start off with. So without further ado, let's take a look. Taking a look at the drawing, you notice that the main structure can be defined by basically a bunch of ovals. But more specifically, all these ovals are kind of related to each other in the sense that they're the same shape. So the plan of attack is to essentially define this oval for the base, and then everything else will be just offsets off of this base. So if we look at the side profile, here's the kind of order of operations for us to achieve this model. We're going to define the oval that's the base. We're going to extrude that. And then we're going to offset that oval to get that inner oval and then extrude that as well to establish the main structure. Once we get that solid, we then need to make basically two extrude cuts, one from the bottom and one from the top. And again, these dimensions are also oval in shape, but it has a 5-degree draft to them. But essentially, like before, we will define these ovals using the offset tool. But then as we extrude, we'll just use Plasticity's angle parameter to define that draft, to do that extrude cut. And then after all of that, we'll just need to finish off by creating these inset through holes. So let's get started. So jumping into Plasticity, as I mentioned before, the first thing we need to do is to define that oval for the base. So I'm going to switch over to the top view, and in the drawing, you can see that we are given the width of 260 and there is this radius of 80. The easiest way to define kind of like these oval shapes is to first start off with a center rectangle. So that's what I'm going to do. So using the corner rectangle over here, I'm going to click on the origin, and I'm going to then press C to switch from corner to center. And here I'm going to press tab and enter in that first dimension, that width of 260. And then for the height, we have a radius of 80. The end to end would be the diameter, which is actually the height that we need. So we just need to take 80, multiply that by 2. That will give us our height of 160. I'm going to press / to zoom in. All we need to do in order to get that rounded shape is to add fillets on all the corners. So with this rectangle selected, I'm going to press B for fillet, D for distance, and I'm going to enter in 80 for the radius, and then enter twice to confirm. Now that we've established this main oval shape, we're going to take this opportunity to also define the inner shape. The inner oval, it has a radius of 45. So in Plasticity, all you need to do is, with the base selected, I'm going to press O for offset and D for distance. And for the distance, we know that the outer oval has the radius of 80. So I'm going to type in 80, and then we just subtract the difference. So whereas the inner oval has the radius of 45, so I'm going to enter in minus 45. And then here we know that 35 is what we need. Notice that it's going the wrong way. So I'm just going to press minus one more time to offset it inwards. And that defines our inner shape. Now we just need to extrude. So looking at the side profile, we can see that the base has a height of 40. So I'm going to select that outer face over here, press D for distance, enter in 40, making sure it's extruding upwards. So I just press minus to get it in the right direction, and then enter twice to confirm. Now I'm going to select this inner face and press D for distance. And here it has a height of 115. So I'm entering 115, and it's going the wrong way. So I'm just press minus again to make sure it goes in the right direction, and then enter twice to confirm. Now, before I proceed, I'm just going to Boolean everything together. So I'm going to press A to select everything, Q for Boolean, Q for union, and then right click to confirm. So now I'll have a single solid. So as I mentioned before, the next thing to do is to extrude cut what we need to hollow out the inside. And here, again, we're going to use this base curve to perform offsets on it in order to get the right size. So here from the side profile, we can see that it's given that there's a 30 millimeter offset from the base curve in order for us to get the bottom part to extrude cut. So again, we can rotate the camera to the bottom to make it easier. But here we're going to select the base curve, press O for offset, D for distance, and we're given 30 millimeters. So we're just going to enter in 30. And again, we want to extrude inwards. So press minus to get it in the right direction, and then enter twice to confirm. And that's basically it. Here we just need to select these two faces. We'll rotate the camera a little bit to make it more obvious. And here it's in the drawing, it says that it goes up to a height of 30. So all we need to do is press D for distance, enter in 30. Again, it's going the wrong way, so I'm gonna press minus. I'm gonna left click once, but now before we do anything, we need to add that 5-degree draft. So I'm gonna press A for angle and enter in 5. And then before proceeding, we also need to change this to a difference operation. So we cut from the main solid. So I'm gonna press W for difference, and then I'm gonna select on this main solid. And if you notice here, you can notice in the drawing in the red, we have that 5-degree angle, and then this is a cut operation. So I'm just gonna right click to confirm. And similarly, let's do that now from the top. The easiest way to do that is that this inner oval is what we use to define the extrude all the way to the top. So to start the extrude from the top, I'm just gonna take this curve that we have already. I'm gonna press G to activate the move tool, Z to lock into the Z axis, and then just lock it all the way onto this top face. So we can start off from the top. And here, it's the same thing, right? On the side profile, it's given that there's this 15mm offset from this top. I'm just gonna select this curve, O for offset, D for distance, enter in 15, press minus to go in the correct direction, enter twice to confirm. And similarly, we're just gonna extrude cut through the entire solid now. So I'm just gonna select this face over here, D for distance, make sure drag all the way down to make sure that it extrudes through everything. Left click, but before I confirm, again, I need to set that 5-degree draft. So I'm gonna press A for angle, enter in 5. And then likewise, I need to make this an extrude cut operation. So I need to set this mode to difference. So I'm gonna press W for difference and then select the main body and then right click to confirm. And that's pretty much our main shape. Now I'm gonna delete the curves that I don't need. So all I'm gonna be left with is the base curve. So on the left-hand menu, I'm gonna select all of these offset curves and press X to delete them. So now we just need to create this kind of reference curve that these through holes sit on top of. And in order to do that, once again, I'm gonna use the offset command. So here, I'm gonna select the base curve, and we notice that we're given the radius of this reference oval shape, and that's highlighted in green. It's 63. So similar to how we got the correct shape from before, with this curve selected, we need to press O for offset, D for distance, and again, we have a radius of 80 is what we start off with. So I'm gonna enter 80, I'm gonna press minus now, and then 63 is the target radius, so I'm gonna enter 63. And in Plasticity, it calculates that for us. The distance is 17mm, but again, it's going in the wrong direction, so I'm gonna just press minus, and then press enter twice to confirm. Now, similar to before, I wanna move this up onto this face. So with this reference oval selected, I'm gonna press G to activate the move tool, Z to lock into the Z axis, hold down Control, and then left click on this face over here, and then right click to confirm. I can actually now delete this base curve because I don't need that anymore. And then switching back over to the top view, I'm actually gonna hide the solid for now. I'm gonna define those through holes. So using the center circle tool, we notice that one of the dimensions given to us is that it needs to be 100mm apart from the center. So I'm just gonna work from the bottom over here, and here our center is on this Y-axis. So clicking on the Y-axis and on the bottom over here, click and drag, press tab, and then enter in 20mm as the through hole, and then enter twice to confirm. And similarly, I'm just gonna also create one more. That's the inside of that hole, or the inside through hole, which is 10mm. Enter twice to confirm. And then now I'm gonna select both of these curves from the left-hand menu. So both of these circles, press G to move, X to lock into the X direction, and then I'm going to move it 50mm to the right, and that gets this one in position. So now I'm going to then take this and then just mirror it on the Y axis to get this on the opposing side. So these curves are selected automatically. I'm just going to press Alt X, or you can press this button down here, which is the mirror button. And then I'm going to mirror it on this Y axis. So you can press on this green bar over here, or press Y on your keyboard, and that gets the curves on the other side. And then lastly, I'm going to take these curves, I'm going to press Shift D to duplicate them. And then now holding down Control, I'm going to drag on the center gizmo over here and then snap it onto the X axis and in the middle over here. And then right click to confirm. So basically now I have all of the curves on one side. To create the remaining curves, I'm just going to take all of the circles that we've created and then just mirror it on the X axis. So again, selecting all of the circles from the left-hand menu, and then press on the mirror button down here, or Option X. I'm gonna mirror it over the X-axis, and and then that gives us curves that we need to define those holes. We can now unhide the solid now, and then it's a matter of doing extrude cuts. So entering face selection mode, I'm gonna first, I guess, actually we can also delete this offset curve now. We don't need that anymore. So it makes selecting these faces a little bit simpler. So entering face selection mode, I'm just gonna select first this outer ring over here. Select all of them. I'm gonna press D for distance, and in the drawing it says that it's inset by 8 millimeters. So I'm gonna press 8, and it needs to be a cut operation. I'm gonna press W for difference, and then select our main model, and then right click to confirm. And then likewise, I need to select all of these interfaces, holding down Shift while I click on each of these faces. Press D for distance, and I'm just going to make sure it goes through the entire model. Left clicked, W for difference, select our model, right click to confirm. And that's pretty much the model. So now to calculate the mass, I'm going to select the solid over here in object selection mode, and we're given the volume on the bottom right. So I'm going to open up the calculator. The volume is 1418155.08, and the density from Tool Toby is 2,700 kilograms per meters cubed. So I'm going to multiply this number by 0.0027, and that gives us our answer of 3,829 grams. So hopefully this tutorial is pretty easy. It should be pretty beginner friendly. As always, thank you for watching. Bye now.